Hello guys, today we will buy and review something pretty cool, the new smartwatch from Oppo. I have been waiting for this watch for a while. The watch comes in two sizes, 41 and 46 millimeters. I got the larger version. I also visited the Huawei store to see the latest and greatest flagship from Huawei, the P40 Pro. The phone is not yet sold in China and the prices are still not officially announced. However, these new colors look pretty amazing. Here you can see some of them: the cool silver, black ice, frosty orange and snow white. Pretty amazing stuff. However, what is even more amazing than the colors is the camera of the phone. Check out how clear it is, even when you zoom. Now let's go to review the new gadget. Here we go. This is the black version of the watch, which actually is dark blue. This size of the watch comes in two colors, black and silver. I wanted the silver, however it was not available, so I got this one. I paid $250. This is for the 46 millimeters, as the smaller watch is sold for about 200. These are prices for the Chinese market. Let's see what else comes in the box. A manual, which this time we have to use to download the Oppo Health App. This is in case you don't have an Oppo phone. And this is the charger. Later on we will try it and see how it works. I know that many will say that Oppo is trying to copy the Apple Watch, but I think it's quite the opposite. They have tried to make the watch as much as possible different than the Apple Watch. You can see how they have changed all the small details. The display is now curved, there is no digital crown, even though it will be much more convenient if there was one, because now for everything you do you have to touch the display. Another difference is the strap. The way the watch is charging is also different. What remains the same is only the shape of the watch, but I think for that there are not too many choices. Now to continue with the setup, we have to scan the QR code from the manual, so we can download and install the Oppo Health app. If you have an Oppo phone, you can also download the app from the Oppo App Store. What's interesting here is that Oppo has managed to make the watch to work only with one application. For example, the Xiaomi watches requires Google's Wear OS app. Now there are few more steps left before we can use the watch. This whole process takes about 5 minutes. Also you have to register an Oppo account if you don't have one. Here you can see an example of all the gestures which you need to control the watch, which by the way are slightly different than on the Apple Watch. Now let's go through the main features. Swipe up brings the notifications, swipe down will bring the main control settings. Here you can control the brightness of the watch, turn on and off the silent mode. Same for the Wi-Fi connection. There is also fly mode, do not disturb mode, theater mode and something called aqua mode, which prevents the watch from accidental touches in water. Swipe from left or right will change the watch faces, which by the way are not many. Here you can see all the available watch faces at the moment. However, we can expect many more in the coming weeks as the watch was just released. Most of the watch faces can be customized, similarly to the watch faces on the Apple Watch. We can change the color or change the different module of the watch face. There are two ways of installing new watch faces. One is from the watch itself and the other from the Health app. Now let's see how smart is this smartwatch and what features have. We have daily activity, which of course includes stats from our daily activities, such as steps and workouts. We have a phone call feature, with which we can make a phone calls. This watch also supports eSIM. I have tested the calls and it works pretty well. The speaker of the watch is loud and clear. There is also a breathing feature, just in case you forget how to breathe. Another feature, 5 minutes workouts. These are workouts for people in a hurry. Heart rate monitoring, a standard feature for every fitness tracker. It works well. There is also on sleep tracking, a pretty useful feature, especially for watches with long battery life. Check out when you scroll how the next icons are shown. This looks pretty cool. Good job here on the interface from Oppo. Let's continue with the other useful features. We have voice recorder and music player. We also have a world clock and we can add different cities. To add a new city we have two options. One is to write letters and the other is with voice recognition. This works the same way as on the Apple Watch. New York. When it comes to applications, there are not many to choose from. This was one of my main concerns about this watch, the lack of applications. However, we can only hope that Oppo will release more applications soon. Here is one application with which you can listen to online radios. Let's continue with the settings. In the display and brightness, we can activate tap to wake, so if we touch the display, we'll activate. We can set the auto screen off between 5 and 60 seconds. In sound and vibration, we can change the volume of the ringer and the alerts, alarm and media. The vibration intensity has two levels, standard and strong. The Oppo Watch has its own voice assistant, which is called Brino. Unfortunately, it only speaks Chinese, and it's not clear if in the future Oppo Watch will support Google Voice Assistant. The Oppo Watch has two buttons and one of them is programmable, so we can change its function. For example, you can use it to bring the phone dialer. Oppo Watch comes with 8 gigs of storage. You can see here the free space is about 4.6 gigabytes. It seems there is an update that brings a lot of improvements, so let's try the charger and update the watch. Of course, while we are waiting for the update, according to an old tradition, we have to play PUBG. And the update is complete. Now let me talk a little bit about the Oppo Health App. By the way, there is not much to say. You can only do a basic stuff, like turn on and off notifications from different applications and watch your fitness and workout stats. You can't use the app to install new applications on the watch. However, what you can do is install new watch faces. I can say that the watch is very responsive. It has two CPUs, one is more powerful and the other is more energy efficient, which helps to increase the battery life of the watch. The Oppo says that the watch will work 40 hours, however I still can't confirm this as I have to use it longer. You can see here how the display of the watch is curved and it looks pretty cool, and here you can see how it looks compared to the Apple Watch. Actually, the display of the Oppo Watch is bigger than the Apple Watch, however I will make a separate video which will be a comparison between the Oppo Watch and Apple Watch 5. The way in which the watch band is attached to the watch is very interesting choice, however we will have to wait to see if there will be more bands made for this watch. That's it guys, the Oppo Watch is pretty interesting watch, however it still lacks many features, but let's not forget it was just released and this is the first smartwatch from Oppo. Can it compete with the Apple Watch? I don't think so, but can it be the best watch for Android users? That is very much possible. Recently the smartwatch market became much more exciting, as we also expect the Apple Watch 6. This will be a very interesting year for the smartwatch fans. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Don't be shy or your smartwatch will turn into a fitness tracker. Stay cool and I'll see you soon.